Hello guys, welcome to another trade recap. And today we got this beautiful double break that we took in the morning. I was pretty content, pretty confident, and pretty happy with the execution on this trade, and even with the ad that I did on the account. So I took this trade on my Ignite and on my TopStep account. And yeah, let me just go ahead and explain why I was so confident in this trade and why I was even happy. Let's say if this was a loser today, I would be equally happy, but just because it was a really good trade, in my opinion. So the first thing that caught my eye in the morning was that I was looking for a pullback to overnight because the last time we pulled to overnight was at 6 a.m. in the morning over here, and that was one of the things I wanted to see if I wanted to go along today. Then after that, when price was pushing lower, I saw that pretty much we had all these stack levels over here, and one of those levels was actually point of control with overnight VWAP and previous days VWAP. So I was like, okay, nice, bro. Like, if we can if we can push past the open range low, go to overnight, touch point of control, and then bounce from there, bro, that's gonna be like a really good setup. So, and that's actually what happened. So, as soon as we closed above New York BWAP, I stopped my long, and then I pretty much got an ad over here. And to be honest, I didn't even sweat it, bro. I was even when I was in Jordan over here, I was like, bro, like if I lose this trade, it's gonna be like fine, bro. Like I really like this trade. And yeah, pretty much we formed this higher low over here, push higher. Let me just get my tool over here. So we form this higher low over here, push higher above VWAP again, and then we form this higher low over here, and finally we hit target over here. And I ended up just exiting on this candle over here before actually reaching TP, which is totally fine. And now I have actually screenshots from the CBD today, and let me show you guys that. Let me just pull this up over here so you guys can see and actually have extra annotations for this. This is like the clean chart. What are you looking at? And this were my annotations for today's trade. And I was just pretty much watching the CBD pushing higher, pushing lower, and I was just doing my annotations on the CBD. And I actually took the ad when I saw the pretty much the CBD recovering higher. So I was like, okay, this is a good ad. We're testing overnight, and also I was looking to get a closer price near my entry. So on this candle was pretty much at entry point again. So I took one contract plus on this trade. So that's that. And let me just show you guys this. So this was the CBD over here, and when I saw the that we pretty let me just show you guys over here. So on the CVD spike higher here, and then we got I saw the or let me just hold on. I just starting to read over here. Um yeah, here. So it was a 951. The CVD went lower, and I was watching this. So let me just show you guys here. So pretty much I was seeing this. This is what I put the CVD was pushing lower was on this spike lower over here, which is the white line over here. And then from there everything just referenced based on that. If we are seeing new lows on the CVD, just based on a new low before after this low was made over here. So again, I was just watching CVD. I'm not like pushing it too much. And also I don't have a lot of like details, things of what I actually was saying. I'm just annotating the chart, watching CVD, what it's actually doing, what price is doing, and I know I have a lot of stuff to still learn from CVD. You know what I mean? I don't wanna currently I don't use CVD for entries, neither for currently to close up. Well, I use it to close out position one time because I had seen that CVD before, like that pattern on CVD before. That's why I closed the trade. Like I think it was last week. Oh no, it was actually on Monday though. Yeah, that's true. I closed the trade on Monday. But I'm currently still watching. Trying to get more screen time on CVD and on Bookmap as an overall. So I'm just like watching stuff on the Bookmap and see what I see over here. But the setups don't really change. You know what I mean? And also for the double break, I mean, for the double break, being, I'm just letting double break be double break, bro. Like the double break has done like some crazy shit. Like at this point, bro, like I'm just trying to be more discretional if I want to take the double break or not, based on alignment, based on overall direction, based on current market conditions. I'm just being more selective. but today was, like really good, and I was just doing those annotations on the CBD. But I had no plans of closing the trade, bro. Like, it doesn't matter if fucking CBD just tanked. It's something I'm gonna mark and study later. But I had no plans, bro, of closing the trade. Even though I was seeing the CBD pushing lower here and here, I was just like, bro, I don't care, bro. Like, this is actually like a really good trade. So I think that's really an important thing to say, because bookmap is not my edge. VWAP, fair value gaps, bowling profile are my edge. So in bookmap, it just a tool that I use to probably see if we're gonna actually break a level. If I see CBD rising and we're just like pushing this wall on bookmap, and I see the CBD rising and it's not falling, well, it's a good indication we might break to that level. So I'm just like using that extra information to maybe manage my trade, but the entries and the reasoning and my overall direction is gonna be told by my other things that I have on my chart, which are pretty much my VWAPs, my bowling profile, and fair value gaps. So that's pretty much it. What I am. It's something that I wanted to say, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I had this markup that I was watching over here. Ended up actually pushing higher, like pretty decently. I was probably like targeting just like the half of the range, which is like 50% of this range over here. Here. So yeah, something like that. But you know, the stop, I think this is a reasonable stop. I don't personally, I would not love to have the stop all the way over here, because we have plenty of levels to use. So if you're gonna like disrespect everything, bro, like I don't want to be in that train anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I think Valeria High needs to hold for us to be pushing higher. So I think this, I know my stop is a point of control, but I think it's a reasonable stop. Even you want to like put it like previous day speed up, that should be a for at least for me, like where we have two structure points below, so that should be enough for me, right? So yeah, that's what something I was watching. I did not took this trade. I will just take my green and just call it a day. Pretty happy with this win, and also to gain my confidence back after that that losing streak that we had. And this is was the other trades that I was just marking it up on NQ. And I really wanted to be long today on NQ just because I think it was gonna be like following ES. The thing is that I just decided to stay out on NQ, and the reason for that, let me just pretty much like delete this so I can just show you guys. So um the reason for that, it was because everything was just pinching here. So we have pretty much price is in the middle of the Baleares again. We're in the middle of the three VWAPs pinching right now, so I really was not, I don't want to say confident, but they just like seems choppy. I was like, I think we're just gonna chop here just because in the area that we are right now, and also like all the levels are just like clustered together. Like we have point of control, we have Valley Area low, we have New York BWAP, we have OPD range low, we have overnight previous day. So everything just clustered there. I had this idea of taking a trade long to back to point of control, something like this, and probably just stop like should be like around here below the BWAP. Again, not really, I don't know, bro, like this stops that are like under body area low, sorry, under low of the BWAP. I'm not like a big fan of that, if I'm being honest, just because I think it's just kind of floating. Now let me just go back to replay mode to show you guys. So I was watching this, and this was the other day. I know we have a lot of fair value guys, but that's the reason I was thinking of this. I was thinking something like this, you know, um, probably targeting this swing high over here, which is the 15-minute fair value gap. So it's gonna be something like this. So this was something I was thinking, just because all the big weapons that we have as defense, we're using opening range low, value area low, and also we have these fair value gaps as defense. So pretty much I was just thinking of more of what I have, what I need to see price just ran through, so I can just decide to not be on the trade. And I came to the conclusion that if we disrespect all these fair value gaps here, the 15 to 5 minute, and also this 15 minute with the BWAPs above, well, the BWAPs below, that should be enough for me to say, you know what, bro, like this shit is gonna go lower. So just something I was thinking of, and I was just thinking of getting some entries over here, another entry over here and here, but it was just like some markups. I wanted to see how price was behaving around these levels, but as an overall, the main thing is this comment over here. Just gonna put it in blue so you guys all can understand what I'm saying. So I'm seeing all these levels cluster, bro. I'm not sure if I want to be involved in this, you know. And I think if you are being involved in this, you need to be like, you know, like pretty scalpy with this, like what I was mentioning before. So you can take a long over here. Let's say you take a long over here. You're stuck in point of control. Boom, snap it. Then again, long, back to this highs, snap it. You know what I'm saying? So I think you need to be finding a good entry price and just like take it to the next previous structure or to the next level, which can be point of control, can be I guess the previous structure. So I think you need to be like really scalpy. But I was actually not inclining shorts on NQ to be on. If I'm being honest, I was having the idea that since ES broke the IB high, I was like, okay, I know we kind of like beat down on NQ, but I think we can see some push higher today, and we did, you know. But at the end of the day, we ended up going lower today. So I mean, well, we're not coming low, but this is what I was telling you guys. Pretty much chopping in this range, bro. What I said over here. I'm not sure if I want to be involved in this price action because we're in the middle of all the VWAPs in all the valley areas. And yep, pretty much, yeah, we had this these opportunities long in this area, but at the end of the day, we pretty much just chop in this area, which is the VWAPs. And also, let me just remove this so you guys can see actually the VWAPs. So pretty much we chop around the VWAPs and around the valley areas, the point of control and the valley area low. So I mean, I think it was a good call on my end to just stay out on this and get my green and just run for the day. And tomorrow's gonna be a better day. It's gonna be Thursday, so we still have two good trading days. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope you guys learned something from my markups and from my trading. And I hope you guys also made money today. And if you got chopped in something or you took a late entry or even if you like bailed out on this, bro, I know it's kind of tough to sit on this drawdown, but I've just, I think just the markups and just being on the trades has helped me a lot, especially the lower break. Um, because sometimes we're gonna have this deep pullbacks, or even like deeper. But I have seen like worse pullbacks on the lower break, and ended up just being a winner. So I think just like you need to fucking hold that shit and just stick to your bias, stick to your conviction, and pretty much stick to the system, right? I think like 2 weeks ago we talked about I'm not better than the system, and because I that day I kind of fucked up in a sense, because I pretty much closed at a break even once we got into profit. So you're not better on the system, so just follow the strategy. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I guess just do markups has helped me a lot. And also one of the things I will always say, when you stop, you're gonna be tired of missing out on this shit. And once you are like tired of actually missing out, I think that's when you're gonna actually start taking trades. And that happened with me with the WAP, and it happened to me also with double break. With the when I started to take the double break. So I mean, I guess it's like up to I guess it's just like a so individual situation for everybody. But yeah, just markups. I think is gonna be the main key for not burning out on the trades. And yeah, guys, I hope you guys have a nice rest of your day, and see you guys tomorrow. Take care.